Greetings, and good afternoon, Juneteenth family. Welcome to another weekly edition of our Lunch and Learn.
E is exhaling, having an opportunity to breathe, to rest, to refill yourself and rejuvenate yourself, because no one can pour from an empty cup.
As you evolve and become more of yourself, you begin to attract the people that are there for you.
Amen.
So everything you need is in this space.
You have to learn from your mistakes. Once you make a mistake, sit down, recoup, and then start over. And once you do that, you say, I got that.
See, Juneteenth means to me, I would definitely say empowerment and education.
When I experienced it, like just coming together and, being a part of something bigger than myself, and
A new start, starting a new chapter, opportunity, new beginnings, all of that.
Hey, Juneteenth community. Welcome to another weekly edition of the Lunch and Learn. I am Bek.
I am Kam.
And we are the co-founders of CA Studios, a platform where entrepreneurship meets impactful storytelling. Today, we will be sharing about enhancing audience experience through visual content. And without further ado, let's hop right into the presentation.
So, enhancing audience experience through visual content. In our agenda today, we're going to discuss, the importance of visual content, the types of visual content. We're going to talk about the common challenges, the different case studies and examples we can share with y'all, and just to, really pick our brain. And then we're going to discuss the best practices and the way you can measure success to keep going and to ensure a better future for your business through visual content.
So, as we all know, visual content is a dynamic and vital communication tools in today's fast-paced and digital landscape. Through images, videos, infographics, they play a crucial role in capturing attention and simplifying ideas, driving engagement. Whether you're a business, educator, content creator, leveraging visual content is super duper powerful and super duper important for conveying those messages and improving brand visibility and staying relevant online. The surge in visual content, its popularity and marketing due to its captivating nature, higher social media engagement, storytelling capabilities, all of these things matter when it comes to introducing your brand and the type of visibility that you want to have when it comes to your customers.
The importance of visual content. So we're going to discuss the essentials for business. We're going to talk about marketing advantages, the different statistics and trends you must follow, and also the evolution of your strategies. So what's essential for businesses is to really capture and enhance the attention, because you have to understand with a brand, you have to show your personal, you have to show your own story. And a lot of people like to see that through visual acuity. So we believe, honestly, that being personal with your brand, being personal first instead of trying to be business, that's going to really drive and push your visual, content. And with marketing advantages, also, that's also through being personal and being real genuine. Sometimes you have to be vulnerable. Every time you have to be vulnerable with your visual content. So that's another way to greatly boost, your market advantages, and also through, conversion rates and being mobile friendly, having interactions, and just building engagement with your audience and your customers. That's going to also boost your business as a brand. And statistics and trends we can talk about with different social media platforms. They show different market trends, and they show different analytics that you can collect and share with other people. And you can also do surveys. You can do public surveys. You can do in-person surveys. You can do online surveys. Just to see what the world really wants out there, and to see if you can really share what you're working on, share your passion, share your dream with the public and everybody else that's looking for you, honestly, because we all have a dream and we all can share something in this world.
Yeah, and so when it comes to the importance of visual content and how to share that, your strategy is super important when it comes to that. Like the integration of how you're going to do it and how you're going to portray it across social media platforms. There's different ways that you can do that, and we're going to get into that on the next slide. So there's many types of visual content. You have images, videos, infographics, slideshows, user-generated content, which is also known as UGC, and then you have GIFs, graphics, interchange, format. So there's a couple of different types of different formats that you can use, but images, videos, infographics, slideshows, user-generated content, and GIFs are probably like some of the main ones that you can use on how you can portray that video and those videos, those images, and the graphics that you want to use when it comes to introducing them to your customers.
And also with GIFs, just to piggyback on what you said, with GIFs it's like they're very important. They're like, you know, we call them memes, we call them like little picture graphs that we can send in messages. Those are very short, but very viral. They're very attentive and relative. So if you can find a way to promote your brand and promote who you are through, you know, something that's very short and concise to the point, that's going to help you in the long run, honestly. And it's just being open to any type of visual content, because you never know. Everybody, they just want to see your face. They want to see how you react. They want to see how you live your life. So any type of way that you can get your face or your brand in front of the screen for anybody to see around the world, is going to be beneficial to you and your brand.
So on the next slide, we talk about the benefits of how it benefits customer experience. So some of the benefits that you get from utilizing this visual content, whether it's images, videos, and GIFs, or whatever kind of types you use, there's plenty of benefits that can come from that. It plays a role in enhancing your customer experience, engagement. Engagement is super important when it comes to how you utilize your visual content on social media. It doesn't always matter like the following that you get. We always just say, just start. You know, you don't have to have the most expensive camera in the book. Like, you literally pick up your iPhone and literally just start creating. Ask your customers, ask your audience, what do they like to see? Continue to ask questions, gain feedback. These are things that's going to help you develop and help you be able to strategize your visual content over time. So it plays a pivotal role in literally building that camaraderie around you and your product and your brand when it comes to the visual content, the type of visual content that you're going to be creating. It causes you to cater to a broader audience, fostering inclusivity, having more people to be more relatable to you, your brand, or whatever product it is that you're offering. There's multiple different things that can make your brand more dynamic when it comes to engaging with your customers, when it comes to all the different benefits that you can get from doing video or visual content.
And just to piggyback also, with the visual content and the benefits of with your customer experience, you will also gain trust. We all, in order to buy something, in order to sell something, you have to sell yourself first. So just before you even think about how you're going to start, you have to build where's your personal morals at? What do you believe in? What's your passion? What is your goal for all this? And once you build that goal, then you're gonna approach every situation, every person, every customer with just genuine love, just genuine care, for your product and your services, So I believe building trust is a key role in benefiting with your customer experience. And in the next slide, we're going to discuss
So when it comes to best practices, there's effective guidelines, and then there's tips that we're going to give you for when it comes to hiring. Because a lot of small businesses, a lot of businesses, you don't have time to post content every single day. Let's be realistic. As business owners, we don't have time to post 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day. So another way to go about it, if you don't have the time to do it, is of course hire videographers, photographers, things like that. And they don't have to be like people who have like millions and millions of followers to give you like brand recognition. It can really go either or. You can, we think the collaboration is a really good part. If you don't know where to start, just start or collaborate with somebody that does, that has been posting video content creation and collaborate with them, partner with them, and make sure that when you do partner, what we like to do is when we partner with certain brands and we partner with certain people, we like to see what their values are. Make sure that their values align with what it is you're trying to do instead of just going based off of following. You want people that's going to be attracted to you and your brand. Things that align with your brand. That's going to be really super duper important, especially when it comes down the line, when it comes to the more content that you post. You want your audience to be as authentic to you as possible. So when it comes to focus on understanding your audience, that's a big thing. Set clear goals of what do you want to do, what do you want to accomplish when it comes to your brand. What do you want your audience or your customer base to see when it comes to you and your brand. The designs, you don't have to have super duper high quality visuals. Like you said earlier, you don't have to have the best visuals. Just post content. Storytelling is super duper important when it comes to how you get those stories across. Be quick and straight to the point. A lot of people don't have time to be sitting there and listening to you for 30 minutes talk about your brand. We don't have time for that. Everything should be between a minute or 2 minutes, or sometimes 5 minutes. 5 minutes is pushing it, but you want to make sure that you're getting quick, straight to the point, and making sure that they understand the basis of what it is that you're trying to build, or what it is that you're trying to sell, or what it is that the story that you're trying to come across.
And just to go off what she said, you also have to maintain consistency. Whenever you're trying to build your brand, social media, or just on a website, period, you got to stay consistent with it. You can't stop. You can't slow down. You have to schedule yourself. You have to build a discipline for it, because when you start off hot, when you start off hot, then it's like you can't slow down, because once you slow down, then you're going to lose the engagement. They're not going to really keep up with you, or your stuff is going to get drawn out. So sometimes, in this business, you have to aggressively be consistent. You have to aggressively, almost like we say, drown. It's like being a parent to an adoptive child. You got to overly love. You got to overly engage. You got to overly show them that this is what they need. This is what they need to hear. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be consistent, be aggressive consistently, and just keep going at it. And also focus and pay attention to the design trends. Pay attention to the market. You have to pay attention to your audience also, and monitor performance, because you don't want to start off heavy and you're not paying attention to the future. You're not paying attention to what's going on around you, and you get caught up in the loop almost, where it's like, okay, I'm putting so much out, but nobody's liking it. It's like, okay, of course nobody's liking it because they on to something else, and you didn't catch that. You see what I'm saying? So you just have to pay attention. Why you going hard? Why you going at it? You still have to pay attention to what's around you, because that's what's going to keep you going, honestly.
And when it comes to tips for hiring videographers and things like that, they can be super beneficial. Me and Cam help out a lot of businesses that need, visual content. We help them when it comes to getting, photographers, videographers for their visual content to match, so that way they don't have to focus on it. Make sure you do a long list and checks of references. Yep. You want to make sure that they're doing what it is that you want them to be done. Make sure you understand your vision before you reach out to them, the project needs, your wants, your style. Discuss, budget. Pricing is super duper important. I know a lot of people don't have big budgets to do marketing, but if you do take some time out, if you don't have the time to do it yourself, take a little bit of time out and, set a budget aside, so that way you can get these things done, because this is an overlooked but most important part of your business, is making sure that the visual quality of what it is that you're offering is there, and people know what it is what you're selling, and they know you and they know your brand.
And also, going with tips for hiring videographers, you have to understand that business is business. A lot of people, when they hire videographers, videographers get hired. They get hired for a lot of things that they probably don't agree with, but they're going to do it anyway. You have to understand that even though you may be coming from a place from your heart, a lot of your videographers, it's just about business, which is understandable. That's the way business is. So sometimes you just have to approach it like that also, and understand that, that some videographers, they will give you grace and mercy on certain things, but at the end of the day, it's still business. So just take that into effect. This is still business. Even though as creatives, we push our passion, we push our heart, but understand everybody's they're not moving, they're not leading with their heart. So you just got to be aware of that also. And understand that, when you hire videographers to understand the legal and ownership considerations when you're doing a contract or when you're hiring somebody, because you have to understand that certain things may happen in a contract that's not going to make sense to you as a creative, but you just have to be open. You have to really understand as a videographer and as an engineer behind the camera, you have to understand where they're coming from and just try to work it out and just be merciful and just have grace with everything in this whole process. And then the next slide, we're going to discuss examples of case studies.
Yeah. So some of the case studies that we decided to use were Airbnb, GoPro, and the National Geographic Channel, because they do very well at creating that visual aspect that connects with that resonates with their brand and resonates with their audience.
And so, for example, with the first case study, is Airbnb's. Airbnb's success is in part due to their professional quality property photos and videos. They hire photographers to capture their host properties, resulting in visual, appealing listings that boost customer confidence and bookings. So as you see with Airbnb's, I mean, I don't know who's taking their photos, videos, but it's nice. And so with that, just for example, it's like
a lot of people do for personal listings. A lot of people do hire photographers and videographers for Airbnb listings because, let's be honest, you're not going to book an Airbnb if the photo quality is not good.
Yeah.
The first thing you're going to do is scroll and look at the bathroom. You're going to look at it. You're going to look at the sink. You're going to look at the balcony or whatever quality or thing that you're looking for. You're going to see that when it comes to booking your Airbnb. That literally makes or breaks whether or not you book there. The visual quality. So this is a case study where it's super duper important. You can see the visual aspect because it makes a difference. And
also what they didn't realize that when you see Airbnb commercials like online, when you see it on TV, it's never just an empty house. It's always kids. It's always family outside playing, cooking out. Because through camera, they understand that if they bring that personal, that humane feel to it, it's going to attract more people. You see what I'm saying? So they just smart with it. They like, you know what? We're gonna portray happiness. We're gonna portray the feeling of being alive and having joy and being at peace through our homes, through our properties. So that's also another way that they use videography, to capture and to show that why they're doing this business is because of the wellness of people, whether they want to travel or however they, live in their Airbnbs. That's the reason why. And so for the second case study that we have here is the GoPro user.
Yeah, with GoPro leverages generated content through its camera. They have the POV, which is the point of view aspect, visuality aspect. That is super duper cool when it comes to sports. You'll see a lot of GoPro users are usually athletes or people who vacation a lot, where you can see like different cool images or where they flip or whatever the case may be. The companies use this to curate and share these visual stories, creating a strong community around like that exciting experiences that most people be seeing. Like I said, like a lot of athletes use it. So during games, or like you can see here, skiing in the mountains, things like that matters. It makes you want to experience what it is that person is doing, which is key. It makes you want to do it. It makes you want to go buy a GoPro and go, travel the world and, maybe go underwater and, swim with sharks. So however that might be, but that is the purpose of visuals, right? Making people engage in what it is that you're doing, make them excited about what it is you have. And, that way, things like that can help you build your customer experience, make your customer experience better, and also, maybe enhance productivity, profitability, and even longevity when it comes to you and your brand.
And just to add on to also what she's saying, GoPro is very much used to give off that personal feel. Like I've been saying this whole time, GoPro is like number one personal engagement. Like, if you can see what I can see as a business owner and as a CEO, as a speaker or as a public figure, that be so much excitement to you just as a watcher, a supporter, a listener, a customer. You'd be like, oh my goodness. Imagine if they had GoPro visual, a POV, first person visual in a store online where you can literally go online digitally and you can look around like you're actually there, but you're outside the computer. That is the beautiful thing about GoPro and honestly where technology is going. So definitely GoPro is a great case study for that. And the third case study would be National Geographic. National Geographic is the magazine and media company that relies on the expert of photographers to produce stunning visuals that have been captivated audiences for decades, offering an exceptional customer experience through their content. For example, I've never seen certain animals until I got on National Geographic. So I seen National Geographic, but that was through the work of videographers, pushing that content, pushing it. And National Geographic has been up since forever. So I think honestly that would be a great example to show videography work.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what Cam said, when it comes to visuals and photographs, they're super duper important. It literally enhances whatever it is you're trying to sell, whatever point it is you're trying to get across. You want to make sure that whatever visuals that you're using, excuse me, whatever videos and visuals that you're using, you want to make sure that it's something that you're proud of, something that you're proud to put online. And even if it's not the best quality, you still post it. It doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing is counterintuitive to what it is that you're trying to do with your brand.
Oh, you can skip after that. I'm sorry. The common challenges. So businesses commonly face challenges in visual content creation. These includes working within budget constraints, maintaining constraint brand images, avoiding content repetition, staying updated with trends, ensuring accessibility, and respecting copyright. Honestly, when you push in your business, and most common challenges that we may face when pushing a business or even our own image is consistency. A lot of people don't understand what consistency really is. I'm sorry. It's really discipline. Like you really have to really dig deep and understand what you're trying to push. No matter who see it, no matter if anybody reply to it, because understand all you need is one. If you get that one view, you get that one person to share your content or share who you are, you share your story, it's gonna be beneficial forever. So I promise you, if you just stay consistent, no matter what, you have to start from somewhere. So the best way to start is to start. So that's one of my takeaways from common challenges.
Yeah, and we understand that as business owners, you don't have time to post, like we mentioned earlier, you don't have time to post every single day. So if you don't have time to post it, you can set aside like 5 to 10 minutes outside of your day, or maybe like 30 minutes, create a content schedule, like things like that help you kind of stay on track to, okay, if I try to post at least one time a day. Start off by posting one time a day, and if you can't do that, just try to hold yourself accountable as much as you can when it comes to that. And if you don't have that much time, try to outsource, like we mentioned before.
Mm-hmm. And also, just to piggyback off you said, quality is better than quantity. All right, I cannot stress this enough because a lot of people, they post a lot of things that's outside of what they're actually pursuing. Understand your quality is going to go further than your quantity. All right, so. And also when you're doing this, understand you have to seek feedback. You have to go out. Once you put something out, you have to react to it. You have to go see how people looking at it. You can't just post and then be like, nah, I don't want to look at nobody's comments. So you have to look at the comments. I'm sorry, it's what it is, part of business. But it's going to help you. It's going to help you shape and mold you into the person and the brand that you're trying to build for the future. And then for the next slide, measuring success.
So when it comes to measuring your success, like Cam mentioned earlier, just get feedback, right? Feedback is super duper important. Don't be afraid to ask your audience questions. Ask them what they want to see, ask them what they need, ask them questions. Like that's literally the bottom line. You have analytics, you have Facebook ads, you have every social media platform now has a way that you can track and measure engagement. And when it comes to whatever it is that you're trying to get across to your audience or your brand. So really just ask questions. That's really all it is, pretty much.
And then for the next slide, best practices. Okay, so
basically, like we mentioned before, it's just consistency.
Yeah.
When it comes to posting, making sure that if you don't have the time to post, make sure you outsource, and asking your audience questions. That's really all it is when it comes to the best practices and a recap on that.
And also stay aware of what's going on around you, stay updated, and just stay driven. That's all. And some resources you can check on, for more knowledge and more understanding. You can go to like any type of website pages. You can go look at podcasts that talks about, how to get your brand up, how to boost your brand. You go to YouTube, Google, etc., etc. And some type of learning, workshops that may be available through resources. And conclusion.
So basically, if you're looking for more understanding, like Ken said, on video content creation, like just research, and just start. That's all you have to do. You're not going to be perfect when you first start out. Like I said, you don't have to go out and buy a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 camera with a $2,000 lens, just to start out. It's not going to come out the way you want to. It's definitely something you have to build on. It's definitely something that you're going to be consistent with, and you literally have to keep doing it. Getting feedback is another thing. Like we mentioned earlier, feedback is going to be super duper important because it's going to help you grow. So don't be afraid of the negative comments. Take those negative comments, build, and learn from them. Because that's your audience is going to tell you exactly what they want to see, what they want to know. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable when it comes to your storytelling and telling your story when it comes to your brand. People love being relatable. So it's just like people love people that they can relate to. I'm sorry. So it's just like if they can relate to you, your story, and your brand, they're going to buy from you. So it's just like you can use that to your advantage when it comes to what it is you're trying to sell, what it is you're trying to get across to your audience.
And just to lastly say, stay knowledgeable. Understand where you at. Like your social media, different platforms. Look up the analytics. Understand the analytics. Learn the graph. Learn the market, and just execute. That's all I gotta say based on that. And here is our contact info. You can contact us via phone number or via email.
Or Instagram. So our Instagram handles are on the bottom of the screen. So you can see that, CA Studios, and then I am Cam, and then Habekkuk on Instagram. We're here to reach out to us if you have any more questions. We do consultations.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, if you guys have any more questions about how to enhance your customer audience, we're more than happy to help. And I think that concludes our presentation. So thank you guys for listening to us, and we hope you guys learned a lot. What inspired? We actually got inspired to start C8 Studios after we initially started. Me and Kim actually got started with C8 Studios. We did it through a podcast.
Yeah.
So we started a podcast, and then from the podcast, we were like, okay, we want to do more. We want to do more when it comes to filming. And we were like, okay, how can we do that? We ended up getting into a terrible car wreck, and then from there, we were like, okay, we're just going to shoot a film about our life experiences and how different creatives can come together and chase their purpose. So we shot a film, and then from there we just kind of started seeing studios because we wanted to tell more stories like ours across the board, where we wanted to tell more impactful stories for people that look like us.
Yeah, honestly, it was like that one pivotal moment where it's like your life, you figure out that you can do way more in life, and that's where we was with the car accident. So that's what changed the whole trajectory of everything, honestly. I believe the passion I have is so I believe a lot of people in life young people, they don't want to chase their passion, which is a lot of creatives. And so I just feel like, as my passion, it's best to show that and to show them that it's possible to chase your passion. No matter what it looks, no matter what your circumstances, it's possible to chase your dreams. And so that's what I thrive on, honestly. It's just to keep going, just to show people, honestly, if we don't make it to the pinnacle where we want to go, at least I show somebody that I actually started and I went down swinging. So that's just my passion, just to show people that it's really possible to be creative and live the life you want to live, through your personal story. You share your story. You understand that everybody's story is worth living and worth listening to. So that's what I like to live on.
I feel like when it comes to filmmaking, how I try to make sure I understand that when it comes to my work and our work, actually, because me and Cam do it together, when it comes to our work, we try to make sure that whatever message that it is that we're trying to get across is coming across. The audience feel that emotion. They feel exactly in the moments, because I do a lot of writing. So when I write exactly how I want the audience to portray. I want them to be able to feel every emotion, every word, every scene, however that comes across screen. I want it to come across, and I want the audience to feel that. We want our stories to change lives. That's what we do, and that's why we're so passionate about what we do. So when it comes to inspiring filmmakers, I say that it doesn't always have to be perfect, right? Because even myself, when we first started, like I wanted it to be perfect. I'm a perfectionist, so it's just like, I want everything to be perfect. I want everything to work out. I want all these different things to make sense. But in film, it's not really going to make sense all the time. You have to learn how to go with the punches. You have to learn how to go with the flow. And a lot of things are going to change. You're going to work with a lot of personalities. And when it comes to that, don't let that intimidate you. Film can be scary. It's a hard industry to be in. It's so competitive, but it's just like, do something that you would be proud of. It doesn't have to get a lot of likes. It doesn't have to get a lot of responses. Do something that you would be proud of. Make sure that, when you put it out there, it's something that you love. And that's all I can say. And as long as you love it, that's all that matters. Keep creating. That's what, if I can tell my inspired filmmakers one thing, and if I can leave you one thing, don't stop creating. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how uninspired you are. Go outside. Find something that inspires you on a day-to-day basis, and that's what me and Kim do. We go outside. If we don't feel inspired, we're gonna go outside. We're gonna do something that inspires us or motivates us to do something in that room, creative room that day. So I would say, don't stop creating. Me and Kim love supporting inspiring entrepreneurs because it's our favorite thing to do. We don't care if you have little to none experience. We're gonna bring you on to give you experiences because we understand the importance of just lending a hand, like helping the next person up, and that's what we up the ladder, and that's what we try to do. We're not super duper high ourselves, but we don't like to gatekeep. So it's just like any opportunity we can provide for someone that is less than us, or not even less than us, or don't have as much experience as we do, or vice versa. We love being able to put people in spaces and places where they can thrive and where they can do well. So.
And also, City Studios, we love to help other people projects. So we also do staffing. So we staff, engineers or griffers, other people that can help on sets, PAs, directors. So any way we can help push your project or anything that you're trying to promote through whether it's videography, cinematography, everything, we have you. So regardless of if it's small or it's too big, we can help in some way. So that's our main objective, is to push help. That's it.
That's a good question.
Oh, snap. All right. We can just go back and forth because it was a lot. All right. I say challenges right now that we're overcoming is basically trying to stay, how can I say this without sounding, so basically when you're building your passion or you're chasing your dream, it's a lot of things that can happen around you, your circumstances. So it's trying to stay disciplined while also being a human in earth. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of difficulties that's going to happen in life that can make you fall short or that can make you slow down. So it's just trying to stay consistent through everything in life, basically.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with Cam. I always say, I have a saying that says, life is hard, but this is the easiest it's going to ever be. And how I take that is that life is going to continue to be hard, right? But you're going to have challenges, you're going to have circumstances, but you have to learn to appreciate every single moment in between those things. Because if you don't, you have to learn how to keep going. You have to push through. You have to you're not always going to have the motivation. You're not always going to have, you're not going to always feel good. You're going to have to do things even when you don't feel good. And I think that's the challenging part about having a business, right? Sometimes you don't get paid, even then you do get paid sometimes. So it's just like, but you still have to keep working because this is something that you own. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of you, and you have to learn how to manage. It's like having a baby, right? Like, it's just like, you got to take care of it. You got to feed it. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be there. So it's just like, you have to learn how to manage those challenges while also just continuing to stay focused and, just keep your eye on the end goal. Yeah. And that's all I would say. And then our greatest achievement, honestly, would be the connections that we made along the way. I think that's the thing about, challenging moments. You learn to appreciate the little things. Yeah. And with that, we made a lot of great connections along the way. A lot of people that have helped us get to the pinnacle and the point that we are. But we have so much more, way more to go. But we came a long way, and we learned a lot. We've grown a lot, and I think that's the best part. That's our biggest achievement is the amount that we've learned and grown.
Yeah. That's also another achievement is just just being able to start, because I understand, when you got that idea and so many things happen, you're trying to figure out how should I start or where should I start? And we just started, we did research. We did a little research as much as we could, but we still started. And so that's a big achievement for me personally, just starting. And then the other one was the knowledge and, the advice we gained. I say the knowledge that we gained is just, like she said, the connections. It's not just what we benefited, but it's also what they benefited. We build some nice relationships, and they last, and they're gonna last for a long time, forever, honestly, because the impression we left and the impression they left was totally genuine. It was 100% genuine. So honestly, that's the good knowledge that we left, that I can say that we gained from this experience here in Atlanta.
I would say, don't be afraid of criticism. I would say that'd be my biggest piece of advice. Learn how to embrace it, because it's only going to make you better. You got to understand that everybody is not out to hurt you, and everybody is not out to get you. Being a creator can be super duper hard because you're so passionate about it. But you got to understand that criticism helps you get better. Criticism helps you grow, and it helps you evolve, and it helps you become a better creator. And that's all I would say.
For me, stay consistent and also lead with your heart, because we know, being in the world like this, being a creative and being a passionate creative and being a good person, also, a lot of people is going to do you wrong. There's going to be way more wrongs than right. So never change, no matter how I feel, no matter how down you get. Just keep leading with your heart and stay positive. My favorite hip hop artist gotta be, I got three. I got Big L, rest in peace, 50 Cent, and J. Cole.
And I would say Rick and J. Cole and Tupac. Kwanzaa for me is about family and community. That's something that me and Cam take super duper serious. Building community and family. It's important for us to help build our communities, the same communities that we come from. So anytime we go back home or anytime we have the chance to do something within the community, we're going to do it. And a lot of times we do it just simply because we can. And we're very blessed to do so. So that's what it means to me.
Kwanzaa to me means, it just makes me think about passion. Just having passion for what happened in the past and also what we're also continue to do to push that agenda forward. And it also gives, a mindset of reflection, of gratitude. Always be grateful of where you at right down today, because, in history, the way that went, it was not fair for people like us. So, just being grateful right now in the position we have for, what the older individuals did for us in the past is very much love. And, just keeping that hope alive and just keep striving for it. That's what Kwanzaa means to me.
I'm gonna say it again. Juneteenth means for us is being proud. I guess like having that sense of camaraderie when it comes to at the African American community. Like Kim said, we came a long way, but we still got a long way to go. And I think Juneteenth is just a reminder of that, and how we can build as a community and how we can get better and become better, not just for us, but the people that are coming after us. And me and Cam, that's a really big thing for me and Cam. We want to make sure that we're definitely being good examples and paving the way for the next generation of filmmakers and creators and whatever that looks like. So Juneteenth is definitely something that caters to that aspect.
And for me, Juneteenth to me makes you think about also again just being grateful for what they did for us, and just us understanding our role and our responsibility right now as young leaders, as young African American leaders, to push that agenda, to keep pushing, to keep making way for the next generation and for the next window of young African Americans to produce filming, whether it's different arts, painting, whatever it is, entrepreneurship, just to keep pushing that agenda. And then also, it's honestly motivation. It's honestly motivation, just hearing the stories and hearing how it all went down. It's just like, dang, they really did that for us. And just for now, for us to, to live our life, to live our truth, to share our stories is honestly motivating. So,
Go ahead, Ken.
What you want to take away back?
I would say if you didn't learn or get anything else, lead with your heart. Don't be afraid to create. Don't be afraid of criticism. And just keep staying and just stay consistent. It's hard being creative because a lot of times you don't get paid for what you do. Just find ways that you can keep that passion. And if you don't feel motivated or passionate enough, find something that inspires you. And just kind of remain with an attitude of gratitude, no matter how you climb up the ladder, and just continue to be great every single day.
For me, for the people watching, for the viewers, stay disciplined in your craft, stay disciplined in what you love, stay disciplined in who you are. And also, how can I say this? Okay. Also, I don't want to copy what Bek said, but yeah, you have to lead with your heart. And understand, not everybody is going to want to hear your story at first, but you are a valuable person. You are who you are for a reason. God created you for a reason. So understand that and just live off that drive. Just keep pushing and keep going. And I promise you, you're going to get to where you need to go.
We thank you so much for tuning in to today's Lunch and Learn. We hope you found it as informative as we did. And don't forget to mark your calendars for next week's sessions. And be sure to check out our website for early bird registration for vendors for the upcoming Juneteenth NYC Festival. That's taking place on June 14th through the 16th of 2024. It's going to be amazing. You don't want to miss it. And while you're at it, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Juneteenth NYC's YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Let's keep this incredible conversation going. Join us in the chat on our social media, and we will see you next week. Take care, everyone.
Greetings, and good afternoon, Juneteenth family. Welcome to another weekly edition of our Lunch and Learn.
E is exhaling, having an opportunity to breathe, to rest, to refill yourself and rejuvenate yourself, because no one can pour from an empty cup.
As you evolve and become more of yourself, you begin to attract the people that are there for you.
Amen.
So everything you need is in the space.
You have to learn from your mistakes. Once you make a mistake, sit down, recoup, and then start over. And once you do that, you say, I got that.
See, Juneteenth means to me, I would definitely say empowerment and education.
When I experienced it, like just coming together and, you know, being a part of something bigger than myself, you know.
A new start, starting a new chapter, opportunity, new beginnings, all of that.